Hello friends, Ashley here. I hope you're doing well. Today we're going to talk about meditation and specifically just getting started in meditation. Meditating can be very overwhelming and very scary for a lot of people. I know for myself, when I first was told to sit down and just stay there for 20 minutes the first time, I thought I was going to have a panic attack because I did not want to sit still. I did not want to just be there listening to my own thoughts, staying with my own breath. It was very overwhelming, and it can be for a lot of folks. But what you find is as you start to practice, as you keep coming back to your mat, sitting down and breathing for longer and longer periods of time, even as you notice your mind wandering, there will be these moments of clarity where your mind will calm down and you will be able to just breathe and just be. And those moments are so beautiful. They make the journey completely worthwhile. Now, I am no meditation master by any means. I'm still just at the beginning of my journey, I feel like. And yet I have come so far just by sitting 20 minutes a day. And yes, 20 minutes sounds like a really long time, and it can feel like a very long time. But what was amazing for me when I first started meditating was that those 20 minutes every day that I sat on my mat were overwhelming at first. And it was incredible how quickly that time started to pass so fast. I couldn't believe that 20 minutes were up. And so I started to sit longer and longer. Now, you don't have to sit for 20 minutes straight when you first start meditating. It's ideal, it's helpful. But if you just sit for 5 minutes, 1 minute, 30 seconds, several times a day, it all adds up. It all helps. It makes a difference. The big thing with this style of meditation, Vipassana meditation, is to just breathe. You literally find a spot, sit there, don't move, and just focus on every inhale and every exhale. And your mind is going to be wandering. You're going to be thinking all kinds of different things. And that's okay. This is normal. But what you will start to find is that you will be able to stop paying attention to all those wild thoughts as they go in and out, and you will start being able to focus more and more on your breath, and that will start to calm your mind, calm your body, and you will be able to find that peace and relaxation in so many different situations, not just when you're sitting on your mat, but when you are out in the world and things get hectic, you will be able to come back to that practice and just breathe, stay calm, stay focused, stay centered. So let's get started. Where do we go from the beginning? First trick is to find a comfortable seated position. Now, you could certainly be in a chair, hands on your knees. You could do this in your car. You could do this really anywhere, as long as you are comfortable and you can just breathe. The funny trick about finding a comfortable seated position is that after 20 minutes, nothing is going to be comfortable. You can just sit directly on your mat. I like to take a pillow, and it doesn't have to be any fancy kind of pillow. It can be any kind of pillow that wants. And I like to get my hips a little higher than my heels. And I like to just find a place where my knees can be a little lower. And I can sit with a nice, tall, straight back. You certainly don't need to, but I find it very comfortable to take a blanket and just drape it around myself, almost creating kind of a cocoon. Again, none of these extra things are necessary. You can just be sitting in your car with your hands on your knees and just breathe. But wherever you are, wherever you're finding comfort right now, go ahead and come down and start to allow your eyes to soften and close. Find this place where, as you sit, you can find stillness. Just breathe and just be right here. And it is possible after you've been sitting for a long time, you're going to feel tingling in your feet, in your knees. You'll feel an itch, a twitch. You will get uncomfortable and you will want to move. But a big part of this style of meditation is understanding that anything that arises will pass. You don't have to scratch it. You don't have to itch it. You don't have to adjust or move. Even if your foot goes numb, you'll be okay. Just learning to breathe through those little discomforts and accepting that nothing stays the same. Everything will arise and everything will fall away. So coming on to your mat or into your chair, wherever you are, starting to just settle in. Taking a moment to maybe scan the body top to bottom, paying attention to what you notice, what might feel tight or uncomfortable, but also to what feels good. And as you start settling in and just dropping in right here, start bringing your attention to the smallest point possible. Bring your attention to that spot just above your upper lip, where you can feel the breath hitting as you exhale through the nose. And feel the air moving as you inhale through the nose. Keep focusing right here on this spot with every inhale and every exhale. And yes, your mind will wander. You'll start thinking about your to-do list, a conversation you had with someone, a funny movie you saw recently, and your mind will go on and on and on, and eventually you'll realize that your mind has been wandering for a while, and you'll say, okay, it's time to come back to the breath. And you'll sit, and you'll start focusing on each inhale, each exhale. And then maybe after a while you'll notice that something in your body isn't very comfortable. Maybe your knee is starting to bother you. Maybe you're not wanting to stay seated in this position. But the practice is to just notice those feelings, notice those sensations, and to breathe through them. Keep inhaling. Keep exhaling. Stay with your breath. Stay right here. And as you continue on through your journey, you may have intense emotions that arise. Maybe they're related to a person, a situation, to feelings about yourself. Journey through those emotions. Try not to ignore them and push them away. Just accept them for what they are. Let yourself feel them. And then keep breathing. You can always just stay as long as feels comfortable, as long as feels good to meditate. There's always the option to set an alarm and do your best to stay seated for a certain amount of time. And as you continue to grow in your meditation journey, you can start setting that alarm for longer and longer and stay seated longer and longer. It is a fantastic idea to get up early in the morning and begin your day with meditation. It is a fantastic idea to pause in the middle of your day during your lunch break and meditate. It is a fantastic idea to meditate just before bed, as long as you stay sitting up and not allowing yourself to just fall right asleep. It's right when you start breathing, you still have to go through the practice, although you can always add additional meditation as you fall asleep. But wherever and whenever you choose to meditate, trying to stick with meditation each and every day, always focusing on your breath, noticing what comes up for you, breathing through it. When you have finished your meditation, sat for the amount of time that works for you on any given day, you can gently flutter your eyes open. Maybe unwrap yourself if you've created a little cocoon with a blanket. And certainly not required, but it's never a bad idea to add an Om. Om is the sound of the universe. It is the sound that connects all of creation. If you would like to add an Om with me here, inhale and reach your arms up. Exhale, bring your hands to your heart. Take your deepest inhale through your nose. I hope you choose to sit and breathe and allow that calmness to wash over you. Keep coming back to your meditation practice. Keep journeying through it. See what rises for you, what changes, and I hope that it brings happiness, peace, and calmness to you. From my heart to yours, namaste.